Hello, folks. Good evening. How you doing today? In this session, folks, we're gonna discuss about the ethics and privacy, ethics and consumption, and public behavior. Okay. So the learning objective that we got for this session, folks, are identifies key concepts related to professional ethics, including what I mentioned before, like privacy, consumption, and behavior. The second one is analyzes ethical situations by recognizing problems, evaluating consequences, and proposing possible solutions. And the last one demonstrates critical thinking by expressing and justifying personal opinions about ethical dilemmas. As you know, folks, in every single virtual sessions that we have done, I like to start with some speaking questions. Okay, as you can appreciate on the screen, we got 9 questions. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes just to analyze this one, and then we're gonna start discussing this. And please, before giving your own opinion, raise your hand and introduce yourself, and then provide it, and then start giving your own opinion. Okay, 2 minutes.
Ừ, đi tại sao
Okay, folks. Before starting, I'm gonna take the attendance. Adriana Ramírez,
Present.
Fernando Munguía,
percent
Fernanda Luna,
Present.
Génesis Solís,
Present. Present.
Gerardo Sosa,
present
Jesús Suazo, Jesús Suazo,
Yes, excuse me, I apologize. Now I inside at the Zoom.
ok. José Manuel Navarrete,
Present.
José Miranda,
Here, teacher.
Kevin Romero,
Here I am.
Lucía Oviedo,
Here, teacher.
Marcos Montoya,
Here, teacher. Present.
Mildred Grant,
Present.
Noel de Jesús,
Present.
Patricia Pérez,
Present.
Regina Mora
Hi, present.
y Rosa Cerda.
Present.
Rosa Vanegas,
Here, teacher.
Scarlett Torres
Present.
y Daphne.
Present.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's just start with the first question. Have you ever shared someone's information without asking? Yes, Daphne.
Honestly, no, because I think it's not um good. It's not professional,
Mm-hmm.
and it always depends on who's asking for it. For example, I have a simple example as providing someone's like phone number. You
Mm-hmm.
never know, maybe that person does not like calls, or maybe that person doesn't work. And the person that you're gonna give, or the person is that's asking for the phone number, is gonna be maybe calling, and they can disrupt and cause, I don't know, something that the other person would stay like in a bad place. So I would prefer not to do that, and I always try to ask before sharing anyone's phone number or information that way. And that's the same, that's something that I expect from someone else with my information.
Okay, thank you, Daphne. Gerardo Sosa, go ahead.
Yep. As she mentioned, this is not something that we should do usually. I have done it. Not because I wanted to share personal information of the person in question. I know it sounds weird, but it was a good reason. This person in question is a friend of mine that used to have. I believe he doesn't have it any longer, but he used to have a business where he used to sell these vapes. So once I was using a in-drive service,
Mm-hmm.
and the driver was talking with me, and they mentioned that they like to use those vapes. They like to smoke, and they needed one. So I gave them my friend's number.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Gerardo, and what happened if someone knocks at your door and start asking for personal information about your neighbors, one of your neighbors?
Well, if they are asking for an address, I believe we could we may be able to give it to them. But if they ask for very personal information like a phone number or a full number, I mean a full name,
Mm-hmm.
we should not share that.
Okay, okay, thank you. Let's see the second question, folks. Do you think privacy still exists in the digital world?
I have the question too. I think privacy still exists, but it's much more limitation than before. In today's digital world, the people constantly they share information through social media apps and online service at the same time. Companies collect data for advertising and analyzing. So why we still have some culture over what we share complex privacy is very difficult to maintain if we can awareness and careful use of technology.
Okay, thank you, Fernando.
You're
Jose Miranda,
welcome,
go
teacher.
ahead.
Yes, thank you. Teacher, in my opinion, privacy never existed in the digital world, right? Now, I don't know
Yeah.
if you have taken the time to read the
It's,
terms of service of companies like Meta, Facebook,
it's starting by
WhatsApp.
us, right?
Yeah, so the moment we agree to the terms of service, they can share our information in specific contexts, and
Mm-hmm.
it just takes a moment for them to update the terms of service, and then as long as we agree that we never read those terms of service, we just click agree,
Yeah.
then they have the right to share our personal info. Basically, everything about us that we post on social media is somewhere in a server far away. stored and saved. So it definitely there's no way our privacy is respected in the digital world. The moment they want something from us, that they will use our information.
Yeah, totally agree with you. Fernanda Luna, go ahead.
In my opinion, privacy still exists, but it is more difficult to protect. And many people share personal details on social media without realizing the risks. For example, posting your location or personal photos can make you vulnerable. That's why it is so important to use privacy, setting, and think before posting.
Okay, thank you, Fernanda. Thank you. Let's see the question number three. What kind of personal information should always be protected, Fold? Daphne.
Well, I think they're like our ID, like the social security number,
Mm-hmm.
passport number, the even the our credit cards, all of those. And even we have to be very careful whenever we're in our social media. Many times you have those pop-ups that say you could click on this and blah blah blah. And we go ahead and we place our email address. And that's something that's easy to access. So we should be very careful whenever we're going to do any kind of applications or register,
Mm-hmm.
not do it in the wrong places.
Okay, thank you. Genesis Solis.
Okay, I believe any sensitive information should be protected at all times. And as my classmate mentioned, it includes passport, financial information, personal identifications, and the message and the conversations. Also, sometimes the photos or videos that are personal should be handled carefully because once something is online, it is very hard to control it, and so we need to prevent bad control of them.
Okay, thank you, Genesis. Noel.
Um, the first is the information about the kid, like address, the age, like email. And the second, I think that the information about family, because this is really important. And just that.
Okay, thank you, Jesus Suazo.
We should protect all personal information, such as password, bank details, ID number, phone numbers, email account, social media, private messages, photos, and location, because this information is sensitive and can be used in harmful ways if it is not secure. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Let's see the question number four, folks. Have you ever bought something you knew was not ethically produced? Arquímedes, Rosa Vanegas,
Good
Regina
evening,
Mora.
teacher.
Yeah, evening.
Good evening. Well, have you ever bought something you knew was an ethical produce? Yes, in the Chinese, in the Chinese, because it's a,
Mm-hmm.
it's a, it's a fake. It's not original produce. So sometimes it's not ethical because it's reproduced to the, for example, Nike or other
Mm-hmm.
company produce a fake product.
Okay, thank you. Kevin Romero.
Yeah, I was going to say that the food at the Oriental, if you buy food there, I don't think that it's ethically made. But I was going to tell that
But people know. and they eat there.
I don't eat at the Oriental, teacher. You shouldn't eat at the Oriental. But I was going to say that nowadays people uh, normally buy things from Temu, and
Hmm.
that is a waste of time and money. And I don't think if it fits to the question, but I think that when you buy things and you think that it's going to be good, and then you have it and realize that you only waste your time and the money.
Hmm.
So I think, yeah, I think many of us have had that time.
Okay, thank you. Daphne?
As my classmate says, um, I think it's true. Whenever you buy something at a Chinese store and on Temu, it's, let's say, a 99.9% that it's not a good product. And
Do you feel
I'm not,
betrayed?
yes, but no, because whenever, I mean,
Uh-huh.
all of us know that Chinese are like, they copy everything, or they're not
Yeah, we
ethical or
know.
whatever that they do. So if you go and you buy a product, that's something that it's your decision. And I always talk to my friends and I say, don't buy, like, for example, skincare products. Do you
Hmm.
know how much damage you're doing to your health and to
Yeah.
your skin? And that's something that, like, goes along with the sixth question. Do companies have more responsibilities or only economic ones? I
Yeah.
say Temu and Chinese stores are totally economic ones.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Gerardo.
Yeah, so have you ever bought something you knew was not ethically produced? Not myself, but my girlfriend or my sister, for example, have purchased um, makeup stuff and
Hmm.
clothes at Chain, for example, and these clothes are not copies, but some people may not know that this is clothes that are made with cheap labor, um,
Hmm.
basically exploiting people, even kids. And I do not consider, of course, this is ethically correct. So I try to avoid to do this, and I try to avoid other people to do it if I can. But yeah, that's a good example of um, this case, not ethically produced things.
Okay, thank you. Milder, Grant?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Um, then question number four.
yeah.
I so honestly, yeah, I probably have sometimes a product isn't ethical made, but is cheaper or more accessible. So you still and buying it. I feel like a lot of people do you that even if they don't like it. In my opinion.
Okay, thank you. Jose Miranda, go ahead.
Thank you. I just want to clarify that counterfeit or knockoff product is not the same as a cheap, low quality product.
Hmm.
In the Chinese market, we can find low quality, cheap, but not all of the products have an intellectual property or a
Hmm.
patent on them. Stuff like little notebooks, pens, picture frames, stuff like that is cheap, is low quality, but is not protected by intellectual property. So it
Hmm.
really the problem is counterfeit and knockoff products, right? Those that mimic the authentic brand but are not real. So people is not really authorized to sell them.
Hmm. Okay, good.
Teacher, just in case you're speaking, we cannot hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, as I said before, folks, in this session, we're going to do the same thing that we have been doing in the previous ones, like how professional ethics influences the decisions that we make every single day. Okay, and as I said at the beginning, we will focus on the three ethical principles like privacy, consumption, and public behavior. Okay, so let's move on to this one here. As you know, folks, professional ethics are the values and the principles that we use or that guide as a person that we are and how we have to behave in our job, in our house, no matter the place. Okay, and some of the ethical principles that we got for this one is the ethics and privacy. As you mentioned before, folks, privacy it means that we need to respect, that we need to protect the personal information, right? Some of them can be shared, some others not. So these are some of the core characteristics that we got for this principle, ethical principles. Okay, and we got the confidentiality, consent, and responsible use of information. As you have been discussed, as we have been discussed in the speaking question, folks, when we say ethics, when we say privacy, refers to the rules, right, for handling other people's information in a respectful way, right? Another ethical principles, folks, that we got here is the ethics and consumption. This is more related about the thinking about the impact before buying, right? It's here that when we got the model examination of acquiring and using goods and the services, right? And some of the core characteristics that we got for this one, folks, are responsible choices, environmental impact, the fair labor conditions, consumer awareness, and the last one, the last ethical professional, the last one, ethical principle, folks, that we got here is the public behavior, right? So it's here where the professional's duty to visibly embody standards of integrity, right? Some of the most important values that we got that reinforce the public trust, right? And some of the core characteristics that we got for this one, we have the role models behavior, the integrity, social responsibility, and the consistency, right? So between the public and the private life. Now, I got a question for you about this one. What do you think about that person? Let's suppose that we're talking about a principal of a high school, that inside of the high school, he or she is very strict with all of the rules, okay? But after out the high school, that person likes to comment opinions on social media or to record videos that you consider that are not the correct ones. What do you think? Can you hear me?
Sorry, teacher, can you repeat the question? The internet issues, I cannot hear well.
Okay, let's suppose that we're talking about a woman who is the principal of a high school, right? Inside of the high school, inside of the school, she's very strict with all of the rules inside, but out of the school, she likes to judge people. She likes to give opinion on social media, and especially she likes to record videos that you consider are not the correct one. Yes, Kevin, go ahead.
Yeah, I would say that we don't have to mix. I don't think if it's the good word, the correct word, but when you have, as we have discussed in our sessions of classes, ethically, it would be not the best to, to start posting videos or start commenting things, stuff like that, because you are the principal. So you are a model. You have, well, if we are students, we respect you. So I don't think it's a good idea to stay mm, posting or commenting things, but we are people. So we have our lives outside the classes, outside the school or the university or whatever. So I don't think it's good, but we have to keep that in mind that we are a model and we are a model and we have to keep that.
So do you consider it is banned to have social media?
We have to be careful about the things that we post because one of my classmates said that when you post something, it's difficult to delete it. So yes, imagine the principal comments this thing about whatever topic, and then the parents are mad or agree with the principal. It would be a huge problem if you don't keep in mind that what you are posting on social media. So yeah, I think we only have to have privacy or think well what we're going to post.
Okay, okay, thank you. Daphne.
So the question is that if we can like example like to compare. It's not like just we cannot have social media, but it's just depending the way we use social media, how we go
Mhm.
about posting things, what we comment or what we say, what we do. Because for example, if it's not like always criticizing, but
Uh-huh.
people look at like pastors' children and they look at them just like if they should be people that should not do anything wrong. I mean, we're humans, we can take bad decisions, and all of us sometimes have bad choices. But if you're morally intelligent in whatever you're going to do, you should think where you come from and what you want to like to provide or to help others and society to
Mm-hmm.
learn from you. For example, also we have the doctors. Everyone looks at a doctor. They cannot do anything wrong. They have to be nice. They have to be polite. They have to be this and that. But we
They
never
have
look
life,
at the
huh?
patient. Yes, you never look at the patient. And whenever a patient comes in and screams at a doctor and treats them wrong, we never say, oh, the patient came and screamed at the doctor. But we always say, oh, that doctor screamed or that doctor was rude or the doctor was this and that. We should never just come along and judge and say they shouldn't do this. Yes, it's true, but that's depending on our individual decision.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would think.
Okay, okay, thank you, Daphne. Okay, folks, just for ending up as a conclusion, we got these two reflection questions. The first one is for men and the second one is for women. So I need to volunteer for this one. The first one says, how can your daily decisions reflect your ethical values in your future profession? And the number two, in what ways can your actions, both online and offline, impact other people? Just two opinion. Okay, Jose Miranda, go ahead.
First question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think three aspects. First is respect. In everything
Hmm.
you do, respect one another. The second is integrity, which means that basically do what you say you're gonna do, act with consistency with in regards to your principles. And I think the third one, I forgot what the third one is, but I think respect and integrity should be drivers of our behavior in our daily decisions.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Noel, go ahead.
I want to add the about the answer of the other person. One is the truth, and the second is the respect with the other person. The truth, because if you make some gross, you know that you need to speak this. Another is the, and finally is the communication.
Okay, a woman. Okay, folks, that has been all for today. Thank you. Really appreciate your participation and see you next session. Okay, take care and have a good night.
See you, teacher.
Hi,
Goodbye.
teacher.
Bye.
You.
See
Bye bye.
you.